Hey, this is Turk72. I watched about 12 hours of video of the Ferguson protests this week, and I think it's really important to get a good handle on this situation and to not be too distracted from what's really going on. So I'm pretty pissed off at some of my conservative friends, trying to poo-poo this and think this is a bunch of welfare idiots, just causing a ruckus. And yes, the welfare state, is a big deal. It's a big problem, but it shouldn't distract us from what's really going on, and we should not fall for the race baiting that's going on in this situation. If you don't think you have skin in the game on this, I think you're sadly mistaken. So don't fall for the race baiting. Don't forget who really is the biggest welfare recipient in this situation is not the guy running around in the streets causing a ruckus, but it's the the government and the police state. So again, I watched hours and hours of video on this situation, and my assessment is the majority of the protesters are peaceful, and there's going to be a handful of agitators, and there's going to be a handful of looters, and that pretty much happens in any situation, any environment. There are going to be people who are going to want to cheat and steal. It's like some people cheat on their taxes, some people are opportunists in the workplace, and whatever. There's always going to be people who are out for themselves and looking for opportunities to pilfer and loot. But again, the majority of the protesters seem very peaceful, and we need to look at the tactics that the police state is doing in this case. I do have a very cool video that I want to refer to you, which I think is a very good synopsis if you don't want to look through hours of footage. This one is from Polarbear Productions. Okay, Polarbear, one word, and then Productions. It was published on August 13th. And this guy has a night vision camera. And this shows a conflict between the St. Louis County Police and the protesters. And if you can't recognize that this is evil, I don't know what to tell you. So they're pretty much peaceful protesters. They start firing tear gas and rubber bullets and these pyrotechnics. I don't know if they're like cluster flashbang grenades or what. And they push these guys back. They're in their column in the street, pushing them back all the way to the burbs. And then they're still firing tear gas and flashbangs. And one of them landed, these flashbangs or pyrotechnics, they landed right by this house in a residential neighborhood and started a fire. So all this really doesn't make sense. They, of course, the protesters are making some noise in the middle of the street, and then the police state comes in, pushes them out, creates a huge column in the street, starts blowing off the LRADs, the sound weapons, starts firing rubber bullets, and the flashbangs and the tear gas. Now, you ask me who is disturbing the peace more and disrupting the city of Ferguson. is of course the biggest welfare queens of all, the government and the police state. So that's what's going on. You need to recognize it. You need to realize their tactics. I've seen video where they're actually telling people to turn your video off. They're tear gassing the press. I saw videos where there's a bunch of press. They had their real big expensive, stand-up cameras. They tear gassed them. Then they went in with gas masks on, and they're pilfering through the cameras. They're looking through the cameras with their gas masks on after the press has been totally gassed out. They put the press in these designated zones. They have designated zones for protesters. They try and separate the press and the protesters, and then what I think is a common tactic is they try and make them move. They make them move multiple times. Here's the press area, here's the protester area, now you gotta move. And then they'll say, now you gotta move again. And after that happens, you better watch out, because that's when the hammer comes down. I've seen this in the JFK 50th death anniversary. If you don't know this, there's been a huge police state presence at the JFK 50th anniversary of his death. Pretty much complete media blackout. There's a huge police state there where, again, there's federalized guys, deputized, pushing back the people, making a column, pushing back the people, being, huge thugs. And so now here it is happening again. Now we got Yahoo News, we got other mainstream, typically liberal media who are finally starting to ask questions about this militarized police. There's a real big consensus going on here, and we can't lose this opportunity. Everybody, Eric Holder's speaking out against it, Obama's speaking out against it. Hopefully it's for real, maybe it's not. But this is our chance to get to solidarity, and this is a chance of maybe we can start to put nails in the coffin of this police state here. Again, it's not going to happen unless you stand with the people of Ferguson against this police state. Regardless of what you think about Michael Brown and whatever verdict that comes out of that, you need to stand with the people of Ferguson against this police state, and you need to realize that there's no reason for it, and that it's making things worse. And then we can start to get into the conversation of how government does make things worse almost all the time. And so not just with the police state, with everything else. And I think we can really start to have a conversation and join with the other political side of the aisle on cracking down on the government tyranny and the real welfare state of this country. So I'll end it there. I've gone long enough, but I will put a link in the description about Polarbear Productions and his video. I think you should check it out. And if they try and take this video down, I already recorded it on my closed camera. So let's not be silent about this, and let's stand with the people of Ferguson. And this is Turk 72 out. reminding you to stand for liberty. Thank you.